Good morning. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I'm about to start my workday, so I just wanted to hop on here and give you an idea about how things are going for me. If you're new here, I'm LJ Black. Welcome to my channel. As a mood writer, the past few months have been a bit of a strain for me because I haven't actually been able to write much due to a bad bout of writer's block. And I wouldn't even necessarily call it writer's block so much as just seasonal changes that come with being a writer, especially a writer who mood writes. I typically have good seasons in the fall and the winter, and then late spring through summer, I sort of drop off my writing a little bit, and this past year has been exemplary for that process. Last fall, I was prolifically writing in Fear and Sand, and then in the winter, I knocked out all of Lucy in the space of about 2 weeks. And then I started working on the third book, the follow-up to Lucy. I was going on that one pretty regularly, and I was writing pretty consistently, and then it just sort of dropped off in about April. I knew this was going to happen. This happens every year, so I'm not really surprised by it. I just focus on other things. Like, I was focused on getting the audiobooks out. While I don't do the heavy lifting on the audiobooks, I leave that for the audio engineers. I do have to listen back to every book and give any suggestions, edits, updates, etc. required. This summer was just mainly focusing on that, focusing on moving. As you can see from the boxes in the background, I haven't fully moved in yet. We're still working on it. Hopefully by the time I put out my next video, hopefully in like a month or so, it'll be a little better, but no guarantees. You know how moving goes. Sometimes it just takes forever to get through things. I want to just talk a little bit about why the summer and spring are so bad for me and why I pick up towards the end of summer. The feeling that I get from the end of summer shift, and you'll probably know what I'm talking about as I describe it. It's that time when the light starts to change outside. It starts going, like the days are starting to get a little shorter in a more noticeable way than, say, at the end of June or July. And I feel like the light starts to turn almost more golden. Maybe that's just the poet in me talking, but that's how I feel. I feel like the light turns a little bit golden, and there's a sense of change coming mainly from the shift to the school year. And even if you're not in school, even if you're a full-blown adult with a professional job, there is a shift happening because school kids are going back to school, and your coworkers might be coming back from vacations or going on their last vacation of the summer. You might be hearing more about back to school sales or like back to school safety concerns, such as watching for school kids at the school bus stops, etc. And you might be preparing for heavier traffic in the mornings or more kids around, all of that. And that shift that's coming, that transitory period, that is what inspires me. I always think about this description I read a long time ago in a novel when I was probably in middle school, and I don't remember the book offhand. If I remember it, I'll link it below, but I don't remember the book offhand. The book sort of described it as the time when summer is coming to its end and everything seems possible. That's how I feel about it. I feel like we're on the brink of something every August, and once September starts, I'm usually in full swing for writing and school because, of course, I'm going back to school. In case you didn't know this, I'm about to become a PhD physics student The cool thing is I have been out of school for about a year now since I got my master's, and I get to go back to school again, which makes me really happy. The first day of school is always exciting. It doesn't matter who you are or what level you're at, because you're on the cusp of something new, just like that I was talking about with the transitory period. Everything's about to start again, and you're on the brink of an adventure. That's how I feel about school. So fall for me is my favorite season. I think the word I would use to describe my mood in fall is buoyant. I'm always very floaty and positive in the fall, and I always feel very inspired. And I have a crazy amount of stuff going on this fall, so I'm not sure how much time I'll be able to dedicate to my writing, but I am going to dedicate at least some, and I'm just going to give myself grace not to have to write a 50,000 word month again. So I will just be kind to myself and accept the fact that with school and work and everything else going on in my life, that I might not be able to pull that off. Just a couple of upcoming updates. I just wanted to mention that if you're in Northern Virginia, I have a couple of appearances coming up. The beginning of October, on October 5th, I'll be appearing at Winchester Book Gallery for a book signing. I will have copies of Fear and Sand early, so if you want an early copy of it, feel free to come out and get a signed one. The second appearance I have is going to be on the 19th of October. That'll be at the Loudoun County Eat Local, Read Local event. I will be there from 11 to 2. This is going to be an all local author event, an all local restaurant event. So if you want some good food and you want some good books, come on out and meet everybody. I'll be there. I'll be setting up a table, and I'll have copies of all my books, including the forthcoming Fear and Sand again. I might even have a couple copies of Lucy super early, even though that's not supposed to come out until December. So if you're interested in reading the follow-up to Altair, come on out. I might have a couple copies of it. In addition to the books, I'll also have some book swag. I'll have some of the pins that I like to put in my PR boxes. And for every book sold at the Loudoun County Fair, you're going to get a bookmark and a sticker from me. So come on out, enjoy the day, and pick up some good books. Well, it's after 7:30, so I should probably get started on work. I just wanted to say thanks for being here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. I'm currently posting about twice a month. One video will always be on my bullet journal updates and the setup for the following month. So watch out for those if you like bullet journal content. That is definitely for you. I have a different theme every month, and I try to shake things up as we get into the fall and do some cozy fallish type themes and spooky themes for the Halloween season. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.